Hello, this is Miriam Slozberg of Miriam Reads Tarot, and I hope you're doing well. So today we're going to be talking about significators in a tarot reading. So is it necessary to use significators in a tarot reading? The answer to that question is, it's really up to you. But before delving more into that, let's talk about what a significator really is. A significator is also referred to as a signifier, and it adds more detail to the reading you're doing for someone, as it is a card that is based on the seeker that you're reading for. So if you do decide to use a significator for your reading, you will not want to use the card from the deck that you're using to read. So you're going to want to either use it from another deck, or you can even use it from a deck of playing cards. Okay? So how do you choose a significator? Well, there are several ways to do that. You can either use it based on the seeker's age, as well as the element of their sun sign, and you can take it a step further if you wish, and use a card that represents their Enneagram type. However, if you do want to go that route, you only need to do it. You only will want to do it if you know their type. It will also be best to use playing cards, or you can use the playing card rather, that best represents them instead of a card from another deck. Okay. However, if you do stick to their age and sun sign only, then you're going to want to use a card from another deck to do that. Another tarot deck, that is. And if you will, you will want to use a court card too. So let's break this down further on how to choose the right card that best represents the seeker you're reading for. Okay, so if you use a page, a seeker that is you're using it for a seeker that's a young woman that's under 29 years of age. If you use a knight, it's for a seeker that's a young man that is under 29 years of age. Now, if you use a queen, you're going to use it for a seeker that's a woman of over 29 or 30 years old or over rather. And for a king, a seeker for a man that is 30 or over. So the sun sign would determine the suit to choose from based on the element. So in other words, whatever suit it is, it would match their element. And for instance, if you were to read for a Leo or an Aries or Sagittarius, you would choose from the Wands suit. So that would be the fire element. If you were to read for a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that would be the earth element or Pentacles. If you were to read for a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, that would be the swords. That's the air element. If you were to read for a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, that's the water element, so that would be cups. Okay? So for instance, if an 18-year-old woman who is a Taurus wants a reading, then you would use the Page of Pentacles to represent her, which will be used as the significator. Or if a 40-year-old man who's a Sagittarius wants to have a reading, then the significator would represent him to be the King of Wands. And you could also use a card that represents the seeker by the Enneagram type, once again, as long as you know it. So you'll also want to use a card deck from the playing cards, though, if you do go this route. So now, the thing is, you'll also need to know the elements of the suits as well, because you'll be going by the number. So that's what you'll do if you're going to choose the significator based on the Enneagram type. So there's a lot of conflicting information about which elements match the playing cards, but my intuition tells me here are the correct ones. Spades, there's a spade suit, that's the equivalent of the swords or air element. The heart suit is the equivalent to the cups or water element. The diamond suit is the equivalent to the pentacles or earth element. And the club suit is the equivalent to the wands or fire element. So that means you're going to choose a number from the suit that matches their Enneagram type and element of their sun sign. So that means if you're reading for a type 4 individual that's a Leo, that means a significator in this person's case would be a 4 of clubs, because that's the fire sign of being Leo, right? However, here's the thing. Sometimes you may think the perfect significator for a querent is not is not necessarily their sun sign. So that means, for instance, a Leo woman may not want to have the Queen of Wands or the 4 of Clubs or whatever whatever it is, the Queen of Clubs, etc., as her significator. So, like, what if she associates herself more with her moon sign, which may be, for example, in Pisces? Then she will resonate more with the Queen of Cups or the Four of Cups, the Four of Hearts. But you know what? You can even use numbers too with the Minor Arcana card. So yeah, it could be Four of Cups if you want to do that too. That's just an example. So if she voices that to you, then you'd want to use the Queen of Cups or the Hearts or whatever it may be as her significator. Okay, so that's just an idea of how to use significator in your readings. However, that's just how I do it. You may find your own way that may or may not match mine, and you'll just have to go with works for you, okay? Either way, a significator isn't necessary, but it is recommended because it really does help make the reading more clear, I find. All right, well, thank you very much. It was great to have you here. I hope this helped, and you have yourself a marvelous day. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you soon. Take care.